Now on CoastTV News.
Burying the hatchet, a look at the Return Day festivities aimed to bring all political parties together. In Sussex County Council changes, we look at the makeup of the governing body after Tuesday's election.
This is CoastTV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Lisa Weber and welcome to CoastTV News Midday. It's a Sussex County tradition like no other, Return Day. And later today, the Georgetown Circle is going to be filled with tons of people celebrating Return Day, which is a unique holiday to Delaware, and it's celebrated every Thursday after the election. The tradition dates back to the 18th century when people would travel to Georgetown, the county seat, 2 days after Election Day to hear the town crier read the returns of the election. The parade will begin at School Lane at 1:30, and the parade will then end at the Georgetown Little League Field near Parsons Lane. The Circle closed on Wednesday and will remain closed until the end of the ceremonies at the Circle today. And we spoke with the Georgetown mayor to see what the town's biggest priority is today.
We all try to work together to make this a great event. And the number one thing is safety of the people. We want to make sure that everybody's safe and has a wonderful time.
And again, the Circle will remain closed until the end of those ceremonies today. And Return Day has a storied history, but it's not exactly clear when the first Return Day was. It could have been as early as 1792, but we know for sure that it existed by 1812. It features a literal hatchet burying by representatives from Sussex County's Democratic and Republican parties, and has always been and remains a chance for opponents to come together after the election. And CoastTV will have extensive coverage of Return Day, so be sure to join us for this day of bipartisanship and Delmarva flair. And we have new information on a story we first brought to you earlier this week. Richard Byrne has stepped down as president of Rehoboth Beach Main Street, which is a nonprofit that supports local businesses and encourages people to visit the downtown area. Earlier, we reported that Byrne, who is a former Rehoboth Beach commissioner, was arrested for stealing campaign signs. He was charged with 2 counts of theft under $1,500 and 2 counts of criminal mischief under $1,000. And according to a press release from the organization, he did this out of concern for the nonprofit. Vice President Susie Martin will serve as the interim president moving forward. And we're going to take a live look outside into Rehoboth Beach right now, and our first alert meteorologist, Bob Trey, he's going to join us. Bob, it's still November, but it is warm. I'm shocked.
And not only is it warm, Elisa, but it's muggy as well. Not feeling like early November, but beautiful weather now for Return Day in Georgetown. We're looking at the satellite picture. We had a lot of clouds early on. I even had a shower near Georgetown earlier, but now we're seeing some breaks in the overcast. So we'll call it sun and clouds and just a few sprinkles maybe back into Virginia and the southern tip of Delmarva. Otherwise, we're looking at a cold front that will be heading our way. There are more showers farther to the west. We'll have to see if they can survive the trek and get in here later today. But right now, it's warming up quickly through the 70s, up to 78 in Milton, 77 in Georgetown. And it's muggy, too. Dew point temperatures into the 60s. But eventually, winds will shift to the northwest with a cold front. Here is noon on Futurecast. We're into the upper 70s, around 78 around parade time in Georgetown. 2 o'clock, 78 in Millsboro, 60s and 70s at the beaches. And then we're looking at upper 70s into this evening and pretty mild. For the Return Day planner, looking good, maybe a sprinkle. Otherwise, looking good for the parade at 1:30, 79 and dry with some clouds into the evening and temperatures falling from the 70s into the 60s. Much more in your forecast coming up a little bit later in the newscast.
Thank you, Bob. And a Milton man is now facing charges again for home improvement fraud. This time in Bethany Beach after a man says he paid over $3,000 for work that didn't happen. Christopher Russell, the owner of Great Outdoors Sunrooms and Shade Solutions, was accused of taking the deposit as a part of a $5,800 contract, but failed to deliver the service. Police say Russell is under investigation for similar scams across Delaware. Now, November 1st, Russell turned himself in and he is facing felony charges, including home improvement fraud and theft by false promise. And the Sussex County Council will have 3 new members come next year. Matt Lloyd, Jane Grunebaum, and Steve McCarron, current members Douglas Hudson and John Riley, were not up for re-election. We spoke with one of the winners who says they plan to focus on school funding.
And the cost of new school construction is something that shouldn't be just borne by the residents that are already living here.
And this is the first time that there have been 3 new members elected to a one-time Sussex County Council since 2009. And this election was full of historic wins on Delmarva, specifically in the U.S. Senate. Lisa Blunt Rochester of Delaware and Angela Also Brooks of Maryland became the first black women elected to U.S. Senate for their representative states. Up until now, the only two other elected black women in the Senate were Kamala Harris and Carol Moseley Braun. And it was on Wednesday that Vice President Kamala Harris called Donald Trump to concede and then delivered a concession speech. And already we are starting to get a picture of what a second Trump administration could look like. NBC's Jay Gray shows us that while the president-elect is defining some key issues, he will make a priority as he returns to the White House.
A day later, it's not the speech Vice President Harris had hoped or planned to make.
While I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign.
A fight that was by any measure a political knockout. In the end, not even close. President-elect Trump sweeping the swing states, knocking down the so-called blue wall, winning with men and first-timers at the ballot box while expanding his support from black, Latino, and young voters.
And then when he won, I was like, oh my God, let's make America great again.
The former and now future president promising a federal shakeup.
On day one, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history.
He's also proposed eliminating the Department of Education, promised to impose tariffs on imports, stop American support for the war in Ukraine, and again, end U.S. participation in the Paris Climate Agreement.
I think this nation voted without a conscience. And I think there's going to be a huge case of buyer's remorse.
Harris acknowledging the frustration and disappointment of supporters.
Now I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election.
Results, many on both sides say, are unprecedented in U.S. political history. Jay Gray, NBC News, Washington.
Coming up, the history of the town crier will show you how it adds to the return day tradition.
People get involved in all types of risky behavior. When it comes to your home's plumbing or HVAC system, don't risk it. Call Chesapeake Home Services. We take the risk because you shouldn't have to risk your family's finances with any service provider. Choose Chesapeake Home Services and get our risk-free buy-it-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied for any reason within the first year and we can't fix it, we'll buy it back. Chesapeake Home Services. We take the risk so you don't have to.
Service sure to make you smile. They always go the extra mile.
In disaster's wake, there's only one call to make. Royal Plus, a full-service disaster restoration company ready to bring calm to the chaos. Royal Plus specializes in wind, water, fire, mold, and disinfection. Royal Plus is an industry leader in catastrophe response because they understand that disasters can be traumatizing. That's why Royal Plus plans every step to make this experience a distant memory. Call the experts and turn life back on with Royal Plus.
Tunnel & Razor is a full-service law firm that locals have trusted for over 130 years. We specialize in personal injury, real estate, family law, estate planning, and criminal cases, achieving superior results through skillful representation and outstanding client service. We take the time to fully understand our clients' concerns and expectations, with multiple locations throughout Sussex County to better serve you. Our dedication to helping people is what creates community. Tunnel & Razor. Trust us to be your voice.
Treat yourself to a culinary journey like no other at Benvenuto. Delaware Today named Benvenuto as a 2023 Best of Delaware Dining and Event Restaurant, where the perfect fusion of comfort, exquisite flavors, and a captivating atmosphere awaits you. Our passion for exceptional cuisine shines through every dish as we artfully combine international flavors and fresh, locally sourced ingredients. With stunning spaces and a private room for special occasions, our breathtaking Tuscan design sets the stage for an unforgettable dining experience. Benvenuto Restaurant in Milford.
Tommy K. Morse was recently nominated as one of the top 5 female roofing professionals in the U.S. and Canada, and Morse Roofing and Siding was voted as the best roofing company in Sussex County for the last 5 years in a row.
Thank you, Sussex County.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Serving Sussex County, there's good.
There's better.
And then there's Morse.
Return Day is upon us again, and it's a celebration of unity and tradition. But not just for Sussex County, also for one family who continues to keep that tradition alive.
Kirk Lawson carries a tradition passed down from generations, reading the returns of the election at Sussex County's Return Day.
I solicited for the job of town crier and was fortunate enough when it became available that they put me in that position, which I'm very thankful for.
I'm Associate Justice Vincent Poverty.
Ronnie Dodd, Lawson's great uncle, served as the town crier from 1962 to 1992 and was even featured in a film called Portrait of America. After watching Dodd throughout his childhood, Lawson felt called to the position.
To get to see that up close and personal, it gave me a sense of wanting to carry that on.
When Lawson shared with his family that he would be following in Dodd's footsteps, he was given a number of items, including his uncle's bow tie and top hat. Along with these items, he was given very clear advice from one town crier to the next.
To know him, he's a man of few words and he's pretty direct. So it was pretty much speak clearly and don't show any favoritism. And that was about it. And I tried to do that.
Now that he's earned the position he's always wanted, taking the torch from his uncle, Lawson plans to hold on to it for a while, but someday he hopes to hand it off to another member of his family, his son Robbie.
He has shown interest, so I'm assuming that going forward, he'll grab a hold of that willingness to carry on the tradition and show everybody how it's been done for generations.
Every 2 years, Lawson returns to the Sussex County Courthouse balcony. Some could call it a civic duty or a calling to continue this unique tradition on Delmarva. In Georgetown, I'm Zakia Jennings, Coast TV News.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
Welcome to the brand new Baths by Spicer Brothers showroom. Experience the future of bathroom remodeling. Baths by Spicer Brothers is Delmarva's exclusive BCI Elite dealer, offering more selections, styles, and colors, including options like the laser etch tile pattern system. Made in the USA, built for beauty and performance, our baths are durable, mold resistant, and guaranteed for life.
With no money down, no interest, and no payments until 2026, you have no reason to wait.
Call Baths by Spicer Brothers today because you deserve the best.
Fall is upon us, and this season brings beautiful meaning to Delmarva. However, some critters are now looking for a new home. At Bennett Termite, we are dedicated to navigating these challenges, no matter what the season. After all, for fall, who wants to deal with spiders and annoying crickets? So, while I always say my tagline, please know that I truly stand behind our services. We are a local, veteran-owned company that works hard to stand behind our mission.
Beachy Furniture.
I think it's pronounced Beach.
Maybe it's Besh.
Welcome to Beachy Furniture.
So that's how you say it.
No matter how you say it, if you're in the market for new furniture, just remember, it better be Beachy. From bedding, dining, and comfortable seating indoors and out, to traditional and contemporary styles for every room in your home, you'll have everyone talking when you hear the name.
It's not pronounced Bichet.
Beachy Furniture, located next to the Mermaid a few miles from the Delaware beaches on US Route 9.
Are you suffering from hair loss? Maybe you need to cut a few pounds. Ready to start dating again? Well, here at East Coast Plumbing, Heating, and Air, we can help you with none of that.
But what we can help you with is plumbing repairs, drain cleaning, tub and showers, water heaters, air conditioning, heat pumps, gas furnaces, and sewer and water main replacements. Stop dealing with chamois that don't work and call Delmarva's top service provider.
East Coast Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Or find us online at eastcoastplumbing247.com. Forget about it.
Brothers and sisters, a new day has dawned. The Detroit Lions are now on a path to become the kings of the championship jungle. Now, non-believers will crown C.J. Stroud and the Texans, but the light will shine on the Lions Sunday night in Houston. Sunday night football. Woo!
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app today.
We've seen a lot of clouds so far this morning, even a little bit of shower activity. I noticed that on my break this morning near Georgetown, but nothing measurable as far as rain. And now our Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam Laurel 75, seeing some blue skies as well, and we'll be topping out into the upper 70s. So today's a big day in Sussex County. It's return day, and it is looking dry. The bad news is this is the latest drought monitor, and now the severe drought has expanded all across our area, all across Sussex County, and for the most part across Delmarva as well. So really no surprise there, as we're up to 41 consecutive days now without rain. The last measurable rain was on September 27th. The old record was back in November of 2001. You can see for the month of November, we are dry through the first week and already below normal by about 7/10 of an inch. But there is some hope on the horizon for a little bit of rain as we go through time, late weekend into early next week. 75 in Salisbury now, 77 in Georgetown. So it really has warmed up quickly. Ocean City 73, Bethany beats 74, and Rehoboth at 75. And it is muggy out there. We've got dew point temperatures in the 60s. Definitely has that muggy feel as the winds are light now from the west. And the visible satellite picture showing a nice hole in the overcast right over Sussex County right now. But we do have some clouds as a cold front is getting closer to us. You can see that front right around the I-95 corridor right now, even a few showers to the west. But it'll be a dry frontal passage. Well, maybe a sprinkle or two, but pretty dry as it moves on through. Then behind it, we've got high pressure, and that will be the weekend weather for us. And farther to the west, it is wintertime from New Mexico into the Front Range of Colorado. They're measuring the snow in feet there. No snow for us. In fact, it is muggy, kind of has that summer feel today. Here's our muggy meter. We do dry it out into the weekend. Humidity comes up a little bit Sunday, but then it's a little drier as we go into early next week. Here's Futurecast at noon into the mid to upper 70s, close to 80 in some inland locations, and 60s at the coast. Otherwise, this evening is mild and dry. I think we'll see some clouds through the overnight as well, and maybe a stray shower passing through by Friday morning. Not going to be a drought buster with temperatures in the 60s. By 10:30 tomorrow morning, the clouds start to clear out. We get into sunshine in the afternoon, but it'll be much cooler with 60s and low 70s, and then pretty cool for Friday night lights as temperatures are in the 50s and 60s. Winds are light for today and variable, but then they're going to start to pick up with time and get gusty later Friday evening, and especially Friday night and Saturday morning. Fasten down those outdoor items because we're going to see wind gusts over 30 miles per hour at times. We're looking dry on Saturday, but then increasing clouds on Sunday, and then rain. Yeah, a steady rain, we think, later Sunday into Monday. So that should break our dry streak at that time. Here's Hurricane Rafael in the Gulf of Mexico. The good news for mainland U.S. is it looks like it's going to stay away from the U.S. as we're looking at, well, it beginning to wind down and turn into a tropical storm with time. 78 this afternoon, mostly cloudy, 50 tonight, and then Friday, 71, mostly sunny, breezy, and pleasant, gusty west-northwest winds. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, much cooler into the weekend with highs in the 60s. Rain later Sunday into Veterans Day. Monday, umbrella winner is Art Winterbottom from Milton. Congratulations, Art, on your umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV, and hopefully you can use it by the end of the weekend. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Why wait? Black Friday starts now at Furnitureland. Shop trend without the spend. Recliners just $2.99. Two-piece sleeper storage sectionals just $9.99. Furnitureland. In style, in stock, in your home today.
Join Club Ocean at Ocean Downs and get $20 free play guaranteed. We ship you not. Then use your card every time you play to earn more rewards. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
Coastal Home Roofing is your source for all your roofing and siding needs. We do not take any down payment. You don't pay until the job is done. Protect your home even further by taking advantage of our lifetime labor warranty. Schedule a free immediate estimate with our team by visiting our website or giving us a call at 866-976-5462. Coastal Home Roofing, Delmarva's roofing and siding experts.
When disaster strikes, Super Stew stands ready to restore your home and peace of mind. From fire, flood, or storm damage, Stewart Builders Group is your trusted local restoration expert. We'll handle the cleanup with veteran-owned J-Dog junk removal. Then Stewart Builders Group, your one-stop contractor here on the shore, will rebuild your home as good as new. For restoration, renovations, or home maintenance, trust the family-owned team that cares. J-Dog Junk Removal and Stewart Builders Group. Restoring homes, restoring hope. When disaster strikes, Super Stew can help you.
Ever have a day that just couldn't get any worse? Meet Tyler, the champion of chaos. Having a day that's gone from bad to worse. When life throws you a string of unfortunate events, the Law Office of Trapp Nickel is here to provide a helping hand. Our experienced workers' compensation team is here to fight for your rights and help shape your misfortune into meaningful compensation. If you've been injured at work, don't wait. Get the justice you deserve. The Law Office of Trapp Nickel. Your priority is our priority.
As Native Americans, we are striving to tell our stories. We strive to be heard, to preserve our history, to heal and strengthen our future. We proudly strive to illuminate our culture and our ancestors every day. Join us in celebrating Native American heritage.
Why wait? Black Friday starts now at Furnitureland. Shop trend without the spend. Sofas, $388. 3-piece sectionals, $999. 5-piece dining sets, $488. Furnitureland. In style, in stock, in your home today.
Happening tonight in Baltimore, the Ravens will go for a season sweep of the Bengals. It's Thursday Night Football at the stadium. At 6-3, the Ravens are a half game out from first in the AFC North. Lamar Jackson's 20 touchdown passes are the second most in the NFL, and kickoff tonight is across the bay, set for 8:15. And Sunday Night Football is here on CoastTV News. This week, tune in to watch the Detroit Lions take on the Houston Texans. All the action starts at 7 p.m. right here on CoastTV. And then stay tuned for your local newscast. CoastTV will be right back.